the Emperor!
Hello Wargamers, it's me Callum from Tabletop Banter, and today I am going to do the list video, the two 1500 point lists for Dark Angels. Two very different ways of playing them, and I'm going to start first with the way that I mentioned in the tactical video before, that kind of leveraging the shooting, lots of Marines on the table, and avoiding assault. So first thing to note is it does use the Lion's Blade detachment, and two battle demi companies. So I would say it's relatively competitive, but I wouldn't say it's like a super competitive list. So the first thing to note with the Lion's Blade detachment is you get to Overwatch at full ballistic skill. So less of a reason to get into the assault, because if someone's charging you, you get two shooting phases in a whole game turn. One of your own and one when they charge you. Now, obviously that's negated if the player doesn't want to charge, but if the player doesn't want to charge, then you kind of means you can shoot more. So I think they'll probably look to tie you up. So first of all, we're going to look at the battle demi companies. There are two, and the only difference between the two is the Devastator squad. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to talk you through the first one, and then tell you the amendments for the second one, and then I'm going to move on to the next thing. So a battle demi company is comprised of an assault squad, a Devastator squad, either a company master or a chaplain, and then 3 tactical squads. Now these can be minimum 5 man, maximum 10 man. So in my battle demi company, I have an assault squad, no jump packs, but with a drop pod, because when you take 2 battle demi companies, vehicles become free. You still have to pay for upgrades, but the vehicles are free. So assault squad in a drop pod. The idea behind this is I can stick them on an objective. That's pretty much it. So I've got an assault squad, no upgrades, drop pod. Only because I have to take them. So I thought I'd take them in the cheapest possible way with the mobility of a drop pod. Then I have a company master, 90 points, as cheap as possible, wanted to spend the points elsewhere. He can't shoot anyway, so what's the point? He can't shoot far, so what's the point in spending points on him when you're trying to leverage the shooting phase? So then I have a Devastator squad. Now this Devastator squad has 2 las cannons and that's it. Tried to shave points a little bit to try and add other things in. So 2 las cannons. Now we have our 3 tactical squads. Let me just check they are both exactly the same, and then I can go through with it. Okay, so the first tactical squad is a 10-man in a Rhino. And this 10-man squad has Sergeant with a plasma pistol and a plasma gun. Yeah, and they go in a Rhino, so that's free. And then we have the next tactical squad. This is a 5-man with a plasma gun and a Razorback with a twin-linked assault cannon. And there are 2 of these squads, so the next one is exactly the same. Plasma gun, Razorback, twin-linked assault cannon. The reason being you've got 2 mobile shooting platforms with assault cannons. And I like assault cannons because the whole rending thing, and more shots, and it's twin-linked. And the Razorback does have transport capacity if you want to. You can stick 5 men in there, or 5-man squad with the company master if you want that mobility. And it still allows you to shoot your plasma gun out of the access point, I believe. So yeah, basically it's that duplicated. So that whole battle demi company is pretty much the same again, except the Devastator squad has no las cannons. Now obviously you might think, what's the point? Well, everything has objective secured, I believe. So they're just another tactical squad. Even if not, it's just another tactical squad to lay down more fire and be another target. So, and then the other difference are the 2 Razorbacks having twin-linked las cannons instead, just for a bit more anti-tank and a bit more ranged shooting. So you stick them in cover at the back and just use them as 2 las cannons. So that's almost why it doesn't need the Devastators. And the other difference being a 90-point chaplain, just to make it interesting, you know, have a bit of variety in there. So what you can see with this list at the moment is it's very much many small units, so multiple small units. This is how many 5-man squads we have. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 5-man squads. Admittedly, 2 of them are assault based, so I'm going to ignore those. 5 5-man squads. Now, duplicate that because we have another Battle Demi company. So you have 10 5-man squads. That's 50 Marines on the board. Now, I know that's quite a lot. And, I mean, the painting must take forever. Like, I'm still getting through my 10 Tactical Marines. And really, I wanted them done by Dark Angels Week, but that was not going to happen. So that's a lot of Marines on the board that you've got to remove. Plus a few vehicles, plus a couple of bits here and there, like plasma guns in a few of the squads. And with that, it makes it very difficult for your opponent to decide what to shoot. You have a lot of tactical flexibility there, so that's really good. So now that we've looked at those 2 Demi Company squads, of which take up many pages of this, I'm then going to take a single Mastery Level 1 Librarian, 65 points, because Psychic Support can be handy. So let's say you give him, I think it's Divination that gives you Prescience, or Biomancy. I think it's Divination. So you get Prescience. Now, that can be handy. You can be like, okay, twin linked for this 10-man tactical squad, for example. Or the Devastator squad with their 2 las cannons. So it gives you that little bit of flexibility. You can place him in different units, and he can serve different roles. I personally would probably stick him with the Devastators, just to give them twin linked. Which means the las cannons will be more likely to do something. Obviously, that 65 points could have been spent on other things, but I think Psychic Support can be quite handy. So, obviously, now that we've done the Battle Demi Company and the Inner Circle Librarian, you need to take another detachment, an auxiliary detachment. So I picked one of the cheaper ones. I went for the Ravenwing Attack Squadron with 3 Ravenwing bikes. So one of which has a plasma gun. And then a Ravenwing Land Speeder with a multi-melted Typhoon missile launcher. Thinking it can move forwards. It's got the 4-up reroll with Jink, but really you want to be using it offensively, so you don't want to Jink. And that's it. That's the list. Now, you might think that's a bit strange, like, 50 Tactical Marines and a few bits here and there. But I think you'd be surprised at the potency of a shooty Tactical Marine army when it's comprised like that. I myself am never going to try this because I don't have the money for the Razorbacks or the Tactical Marines. But it's there for those who money is no option. Money is no object. Now, onto my 1500 point list. You'll notice it's incredibly different, and it would get absolutely peppered by the list I just made. So for an HQ choice, a Mastery Level 1 Librarian. This is just combined arms as well. Elite choices, 5 Deathwing Knights. So already broken my rule of no Deathwing. And they're just kitted out with their Mace of Absolution of Flail of the Unforgiven, just as standard. A Deathwing Terminator squad with an Assault Cannon, and a duplicate of that. So that's 15 Deathwing Terminators already, when I said don't take any. I just think they look cool. Just want to clarify, that's why I think they look awesome. So I'm taking them for that reason. Next up we have a 10-man tactical squad with a Rhino. And it has Dozer Blades, obviously. In that squad, Plasma Gun and... Oh, is there a Plasma Gun? Yes, and Plasma Pistol. So taking both of those because I find that is pretty strong. I quite like that. And then another 10-man squad. This time only the Plasma Gun. Yep, only the Plasma Gun and no Rhino. Both 10-man, obviously, for combat squad funness. And then we have a Nephilim Jet Fighter, 170 points, because I've given it strafing run and 6 of the one-use missiles and all that good stuff. I really like this because you can make it a tank hunter with it. It has a special rule called Unrelenting Hunter, which means it can turn a weapon destroyed into an immobilized if it wants to. I don't know. I guess it depends on the thing. I mean, if it's a Rhino, you just go immobilized. What's a Stormbolter going to do? But if it's a Basilisk that you're up against, and you're just like, okay, I'll take away your giant cannon, thanks. I then have Ravenwing Bike Squadron, just bolt guns. And I also taking a formation of the Attack Squadron, just to complement my Deathwing. So in that we have a cheap bike squad and Ravenwing Land Speeder with Heavy Bolter and Typhoon Missile Launcher. Now this comes to 1500 points. Like I said, it wouldn't fare well against the other list I just mentioned. But I love the Deathwing Terminators. I think these guys look too cool to not have an army of, so I wanted lots. Plus, they're cheaper and there's a low model count, so I can carry it around a lot easier. So now that I've looked at those both, I'm going to say thank you very much for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe. It's the subscribers that make me want to keep making more videos and doing themed weeks like this week so far. Obviously, I think there's one day left. So yeah, thank you very much for watching. And comment below as well if you liked what I've done with this week, or if you want to see another themed week, what would you want in there? Or, you know, if you've got anything to say about what I've been saying. Thank you very much for watching. Don't forget, have fun.